Everything in the universe is vibrating energy. If you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. That is the key to unlocking the door to enlightenment. When you sit in silence and focus on your breath, you will realize that the body is not just flesh, but a living energy field where every cell, every atom is vibrating at different frequencies. Emotions, thoughts, intentions, all are waves of energy emitted from your center of consciousness. High vibrational people not only have more powerful energy, they glow, not in the physical sense, but in the sense of emitting a peaceful, loving magnetic field that makes others feel at peace when they are around them. We forget that our mind is an antenna to communicate with God. High vibration cannot be faked. You can learn to speak kind words, but your energy cannot lie. If you have doubt, jealousy, fear, that frequency will be revealed, even if you try to hide it. And conversely, if you truly live in love, gratitude, and forgiveness, every cell in your being will radiate the light of truth. Paramahansa Yogananda once said, "When your consciousness vibrates at the frequency of love, you are in tune with the infinite spirit." In other words, high vibration is the state when you return to the divine source of energy, God consciousness. And this is why only 1% of humanity can maintain this state, because they have overcome fear, pride, and the habit of identifying with the mind. They live in awareness, not just reacting habitually. They are not controlled by emotions. They observe emotions as masters of energy. Only when the mind is quiet can you hear the waves of the soul. Sign 1. Silence becomes your home. If you begin to feel joy in silence, if you no longer need sounds, crowds, or meaningless stories to feel alive, then smile, because your soul has begun to vibrate at a high frequency. Ordinary people fear silence, because in it they hear the echoes of their unhealed minds. But high vibration people seek silence like travelers returning home, because in silence they hear the voice of God. Paramahansa Yogananda once taught, "The silence is not empty. It is full of the presence of God." The silence you feel when meditating is not emptiness, but the subtle waves of cosmic energy residing within you. When you truly enter a high vibrational state, you will realize space is no longer empty, but a sea of intelligent energy. Breath is no longer a physiological thing, but the breath of the divine flowing through you. Silence is no longer scary, but the music of eternity. I remember Yogananda once said, "God's first language is silence. Everything else is a poor translation." And I understand. Only when my mind is quiet enough can I hear the true language of the universe. High vibrational people often do not react immediately. They observe before speaking. Do not rush to judge, because they know everything is an energy lesson. Do not seek recognition, because they have realized themselves as the light of God. You know you are in high vibration when inner peace is more important than outer noise. When you choose silence over argument. When you choose forgiveness over proving yourself right. And when you feel love spreading in every breath. In stillness, you lose nothing, you gain everything. Sign 2. You are no longer living from ego, but from awareness. One of the most important turning points on the higher vibrational path is the shift from ego to awareness. This is the moment when you begin to live as a soul, not a character in the drama of life. Paramahansa Yogananda often taught, "You are not the body, nor the mind. You are the immortal soul, the silent witness of all experiences." Most people live their entire lives knowing only I, a mental image fed by memories, beliefs, and fears. The ego is always asking, who am I to others? Am I good enough? What do I have to prove? And so the ego is always in flux because it exists on comparison and discrimination. But when you raise your vibration, something magical happens. You begin to observe the ego instead of being controlled by it. You no longer say, "I am angry." Instead, you realize, anger is arising in me, and I am observing it. This small shift is a quantum leap in consciousness. Because when you are aware, you are no longer the emotion. You become the sky that holds all the emotional clouds. You are no longer the wave. You are the ocean. Living from the ego is living in reaction. Living from awareness is living in freedom. When you live from the ego, every word others say hurts you. You try to control situations to feel safe. You get caught up in the role of, "I am this, I am that." You chase success, fame, recognition, believing that they define your worth. But when you live from awareness, you see the mind as a tool, not as one with it. You begin to observe your reactions before you react. You understand that everything comes to teach you something about yourself. And most importantly, you become free in the midst of life. This freedom is not freedom from, but freedom from conditioning. You still work, love, interact, but from the energy of conscious awareness, not from the ego's demands. Sign 3. You feel everything is one. No more boundaries between me and everything. As your vibration reaches a higher frequency, something strange and beautiful happens. You begin to feel that everything is one. There is no longer me and other. Inside and outside, God and man. All divisions dissolve, leaving only oneness, eternal unity. Yogananda once said, "The wave has no existence apart from the ocean." Similarly, the soul has no existence apart from spirit. This is not a spiritual theory. It is a lived experience in meditation. When you are truly still, the boundaries between body and space dissolve. You feel the energy within you and the energy around you as one single flow. You begin to see God in everything. In the eyes of a high vibrational person, all life is sacred. A flower blooms, a child laughs, the wind gently touches the leaves. All are God manifesting itself. You see life breathing with you, in you, and around you. There is no longer any separation between the meditator and the meditator, between the lover and the beloved, between I and the universe. All is just one infinite flow of energy playing the game of self-awareness. Paramahansa Yogananda called this unity consciousness. In this state, you don't need to believe in God because you feel Him in every heartbeat. There is no more judgment, only understanding and love. When you feel unity, you stop judging others because you know they are just other manifestations of the same light. You understand that the person who hurt you is also suffering in ignorance, and you forgive not out of morality, but out of wisdom. When you truly live in oneness consciousness, you love without reason. You help without seeking credit. This is the foundation of the 5D vibration that modern spiritual masters speak of, oneness consciousness, where the energy of unconditional love becomes the universal language. Sign 4. You stop chasing the light because you become the light. We search for God, for peace, for wisdom, for unconditional love. But at some point, when your vibration is high enough, the search ends. Not because you have it all, but because you realize you are what you are looking for. From seeker to awakened, Paramahansa Yogananda once said, "The seeker and the sought are one." When you realize this, the search ends and peace begins. You stop searching for the light because you realize the light is shining through you. There is no need for a temple, no need for a symbol, because God is the breath in you, the current of consciousness in every cell. When your vibration reaches a high level, all rituals become simple, all philosophies become transparent. You no longer need to read another spiritual book to know more, because you become the living scripture. Your every moment becomes a prayer. Your every action becomes a meditation. High vibrational people do not need to try to be good. They are naturally good, because the light within them cannot hurt anyone. The light is no longer something you achieve. It is your nature. Once your heart is truly clear, you see that all suffering comes from forgetting your own divine nature. You suffer not because the world is against you, but because you believe you are separate from the light. When you wake up, you realize the light is not far away. The light has never left you. You just need to stop covering it with fear, judgment, and desire. In Kriya Yoga, Yogananda teaches that as the Kundalini energy rises, expanding through the centers of consciousness, chakras, the inner light becomes manifest. You see white, yellow, blue, violet light as the vibrational levels of the soul. But that light does not come from outside. It is your soul reflecting itself in the divine. The one who becomes the light brings peace to the world. When you become the light, you no longer preach. You preach presence. You do not need to convince anyone to believe anything. Your presence is enough to spread peace and faith in God. Yogananda once said that just one awakened soul can raise the vibrations of thousands of people around, because their energy resonates directly with the Earth's magnetic field. And that is the mission of the high vibration 1%. Not to heal the world with words, but to heal with the energy of presence. If you find yourself beginning to feel the energy of others, feeling the urge to share, to help without expecting anything in return, if you find yourself simply wanting to live kindly, simply, and honestly, then congratulations, because you are becoming light. Sign 5. You become a channel of divine love. If the fourth sign was to be the light, then the fifth sign is to let that light flow out into the world. You become a channel of divine love, not someone who possesses love, but someone who has love move through you. Divine love is not an emotion, it is the energy of God. Paramahansa Yogananda once said, "Divine love is not a human emotion, it is the power that moves the stars and the sun." The love you feel when you are at a high vibration is no longer personal. It is not love because I like you, or because you are good to me. It is unconditional, unbiased, limitless. You love because you cannot help but love, like the sun cannot stop shining. When you are a channel of divine love, you forgive naturally. You lift others up instead of judging them. You feel the pain of others as your own. You want to radiate peace, not because you want to stand out, but because it is the natural joy of the soul. You begin to live as an instrument of the universe. When your vibration reaches purity, you no longer say, "I want to help the world." Instead, you feel that the universe is helping the world through you. You are just a channel, no more, no less, no pride. Yogananda used to say, "Let my life be a channel for thy love and wisdom, O Lord." When I recited that prayer for the first time, I realized there is nothing greater than being an instrument of God. High vibrational people do not need fame or recognition. They just need to be where love can flow. A word, a look, a simple action, they have healing energy. You become a healing energy for the world. When you vibrate at the level of divine love, people around you feel more peaceful without knowing why. You walk into a room, the energy changes. You look at someone, they feel comforted. You speak fewer words, but each word carries the frequency of the heart. You don't need to try to heal. Your presence is healing. Yogananda once taught, when you become a pure channel, divine love flows through you like a river, refreshing every soul it touches. When you reach this level, you understand that there is no healer and healed. There is no giver and receiver. It is all God's love energy that is operating through all forms. Divine love is the life force of the new earth. In this age, as the earth moves into 5D, high vibrational souls are pillars of light. They hold the frequency of love, peace, and compassion in the midst of the storm of world change. They help humanity recalibrate the frequency, not by calling, but by their compassionate presence. If you find yourself easily moved by the simple beauty of life, deeply sympathetic to the pain of the world, then you are opening your heart to the frequency of divine love.